like I'm just playing a slot machine. I'm just gonna, will I get a $10 surge? Are you addicted to Uber and Lyft? I know I am. I am addicted. Hi, my name is Levi, and this is The Daily Drive. The Daily Drive is brought to you by Mile IQ. I'll be honest with you, I can't go an hour without my phone. I'm, maybe after 13,000 rides, I don't know what, 5+ years or whatever. I know that if my phone is near me, I'm going to open it up and look at the Uber app. Sometimes Lyft. I'll look at Lyft scheduled rides, even though I'm never going to take one. And I just open it up and I look at it constantly. I have this like FOMO. It's like, as soon as I get done recording this podcast right now, the first thing I'll do is I'll grab my phone and just look at it. Like, is there a surge going on? What's going on within Uber? And I'm not even going to drive for a little while still. I'll drive today, but I just know I'm addicted to it. And I think the first step in any recovery is to admit the addiction. And I think the gig apps are designed to, further this addiction. The apps are designed not by drivers, people that need an app to understand how to estimate a ride or anything like that. These apps are designed by people that probably also work on apps like TikTok and Facebook. They're designed to have you infinite doom scroll. They're tactile. They're visually appealing. I know where everything is. I can look at the Uber app and the Lyft app now and just gather so much information from it by just a brief glance. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. The question is, why does it hook me? And because there's not a lot of money in it. To be a gig worker, there's so many other ways you and I can make more money. So why does it hook me? And I think there's a couple of things. Number one, it's the instant money. It's the instant money, seeing that I've earned $5, $10, $20, $100, whatever it is, instantaneously. When as soon as I hit ride complete, I watch that counter go up and it makes me feel good. It gives me a sense of dopamine, if that makes sense. There's like this slot machine effect to it that it's like every time I touch the app, I feel like I'm pulling the wheel on the slot machine. I'm rolling the dice. And that even gets a little bit more addicting in the sense that our pay per fare, every single ride, will I get a tip? Will I won't get a tip? Will I get a surge? Will I won't get a surge? Every single ride is random. And I think, you and I as drivers, we can, know that if we drive late at night at a certain time, there's probably going to be a surge. If I pick up somebody at the airport, I'm probably going to get a tip. I get all that, but I'm just saying it's all random. And it feels like I'm just playing a slot machine. I'm just going to, will I get a $10 surge? I did. And that dopamine hit makes me feel really good. And then when I'm not getting it, I feel bad, FOMO, right? If I were to open the Uber app right now and look at it and see a $5, $10 surge going on somewhere or a scheduled ride, I'd be like, do I want that? Dang it, somebody's going to get that $10 surge. I'm not going to get it. And that's really unhealthy. And there's another aspect to it, by the way, that I really am addicted to. I'm addicted to the operation of Uber driving. And this is kind of more of like I run my own business type of thing, but I like being in my car. I like setting it up. I like mounting my phone a certain way. I like the playlists. I am addicted to music playlists. I found a song last night called Summer Song. It came out last year, but it's the perfect vibe for when I pick up people late at night. And I think I'm going to add that to my Taylor Swift August, Frank Ocean, Pink and White playlist, where I'm trying to just set a vibe. and I'm addicted to that. I love keeping my car clean, and I'm addicted to it. I don't like seeing even like one spot now in that backseat area. I vacuum it multiple times a day. I wipe it down. And it's not that I'm going to make more money. Maybe I will, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm addicted to driving my car too, in a certain way. I want to have my passenger experience like a limousine service. I envision them holding this big bowl of soup, and I don't want to accelerate or hit the brakes or have them sloshed around. So I'm trying to drive as smooth as possible. And when I hit a pothole, I just feel, oh, the addiction. I used to play a video game called Axis and oh no, not Axis and Allies. That's a board game. I used to play a game called Civilization. You might remember it from the '90s. There was another one also. Well, I can't remember what it was called. Age of Empires. But these games where you can kind of set up and perfect an operation of a civilization, and that's the way I feel about Uber. Another way to look at it is, have you ever played Madden, the video game, football? I didn't like to play the game itself. I like to run it in like an autonomous mode to see if I can max out a league or a team's performance. I don't know, but that I'm addicted to that. That's what that functionality within the app, both the gamification of it and kind of the operation of it. I'm addicted to it. But there's one thing that really has hooked me, and it's the people. It really is. And it's not even that I have to have a meaningful conversation or deep relationship with every single passenger, because I don't. Very few, actually. And I'm not looking for that. That is, though, like hitting the jackpot. I like being in like close proximity with another human, like on a journey. It sounds so stupid when I say it out loud like that, but it's kind of like I feel like I'm a part of their experience for that brief moment in time. A good example is like a guy and a girl going out on a date. Now I'm not part of that, but there's a part of me that's like, it's special to see. It's this part of humanity. And so it's like, I wonder what movie they're going to go see, and how far along are they in their relationship? And I don't pry. I don't really want to know. It's just kind of neat to know that it happens, and I'm there. I'm in that space. Or like when somebody gets off work, and I really like knowing that I'm giving them a place of refuge, a place to just decompress from work, just for that brief moment, those 5, 10, 20 minutes or wherever they're in my car. I like humans. I'm not a pet person. I like humans and humanity. And no, I don't like every single one of my passengers. There are passengers that rub me the wrong way and that, frustrate me and that take advantage of me. And I get all that. And I don't, quite frankly, I don't even think I can emotionally talk to all of my passengers. I can go stretches where I basically just say hello to the passenger and goodbye. But there are those moments, those jackpots, where for whatever reason you have a really interesting conversation about whatever the subject is, that they're working on some sort of neat technology, or they made a big sale at work, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. I enjoy doing that. And this is going to sound really bad, but I think I enjoy that I don't have to have a long-term relationship with these people. I want to know the rest of the story, and I do feel like sometimes I get a partial bit of the story with each one of the passengers in one of their rides. But I like the fact that I can just move on. I have a wife, I have children, I have my mom and my dad and my sisters and my granddaughter, and I don't need any more long-term huge relationships in my life. I feel very good about that. I have friends, and acquaintances. I have my neighbors and people at my church, and so I'm not looking for big relationships. And I think it's really special that somebody can get in my car, and for a 5 or 10 minute or however long we're going to be together, we just briefly connect on whatever it is, and then it ends. And that's a dopamine hit. That's an addiction. I think, by the way, I think that's a healthy addiction, by the way. I do feel that that's a good part to it. So there's some unhealthy aspects of Uber and Lyft in the sense of like, I need to do it for money. And so there's that dopamine hit of the money and the gamification of it. And that's gross and it's ugly. And I dislike that a lot. Then there is the dopamine hit of like, wow, that person seems really nice. And we talked about the weather and I like that. And the fact that I think the final piece to it is I get a chance to work on my communication because I'm driving the car. I can't see them. And so a chance to just learn to be a good listener and cue into people. And I think there's something, I don't know, almost like electrifying to it because you, as a driver, you understand what I'm talking about. You can't see the people that you're with, but you know almost a little bit about who they are and what they're doing. You can tell by the way they huff that they're upset or that they're swiping on their phone. You can see a glow of the phone or whatever it is. I just know that something's going on back there, and I want to provide them the best service possible, and I want to make that human connection, whatever level it is. Again, if it's just a hello, that makes me feel pretty good too. And just kind of like what's going on in their life. It's always interesting to me. Yeah, there's unhealthy and healthy parts to it, but I'm addicted. I am addicted. I don't know. Are you addicted to it too? Do you have similar vibes? I think a lot of drivers just like to turn the app on and make money and they can care less about the passengers. I think that's why they like to do food delivery. They like to do Instacart. I don't want to do those things at all because that is so unappealing to me. Like I really dislike going to the grocery store and I dislike it so much. This was driving around a buggy doing Instacart and that's horrible. That's the worst because I'm around all these people, but you're not supposed to talk to people like at the grocery store. Like imagine I'm like looking at the grapes and I turn to somebody and say, "Look at these grapes." it's it's like those are two. Whereas like if you're in my car, I can say, "Hey, so I noticed you bought some grapes." It's so stupid, right? Um, let's jump into your questions here. Um, Giggy asked if my stuff is staged. So I post a YouTube video, or I definitely uh, no, nothing staged. I I think we're all blessed with the opportunity that these stories come into our lives, and so I try to find a way to package that story up and express it to you without keep protecting, I guess I should say, my passenger's anonymity. That's what I'm trying to do. So it's not staged, but I try to hide things. But I find it fascinating sometimes what people say. And so I try to find a way to package it up and express that in a story to you. So when I make it a video, I try to hide their face. I do morph a little bit of the audio, just so maybe you can't tell who they are. I definitely don't show you the outside of the vehicle so you can't figure out what location I am in. Then when I do write a story, I do use artificial intelligence to show a picture of that person. And I do change little bits and pieces of the story so that way they're protected. So, if it was a guy, maybe I say it's a girl. If it, you know what I mean? So I try to mix it up a little bit. But it's not staged. They're all real. So maybe it is staged. It's crafted. It's real. The emotions are real. The stories are real. I just don't, I want to protect the anonymity of the passenger. So I change things. I hide things. So good question. Then asked, am I going to do the strike? I am not going to do any strikes. Number one, I need the money. So I don't know how people that strike on the Uber app make money. I don't know. It's not like we're a union. So it's not like there's like a payout at the end of this. Um, so, I'm not going to strike. I don't pay attention to it. I support drivers that strike. I get it. I understand why. I understand the need to do it to some extent. I'm just not financially ready to not work for days or weeks or months to prove a point to an app they're not gonna change anything because we strike. So no, I'm not doing that. Jesse asked if I hate my Tesla. He's like, hey, the way I made it sound like I hate my Tesla. I made a video that didn't go viral, but it got thousands of views. And it's like 5 things I hate about my Tesla. Now, I love my Tesla. So love is way up high, hate is way down low. But there are things I wanted to identify. And those things do bother me a lot. But there's so many things about cars. There's things I hate about my Prius. There are things I hated about I had a Mercedes GL for a little while, and I hated certain things about that. I hated paying for premium gas. That's why I don't have it anymore. So just because I hate something doesn't mean I don't, on that scale, the scale is tilted to, I really, really love it a lot. And the things that I hate are minor, I wanted to bring it to attention. So go get yourself a Tesla. They're great. Just because the chair squeaks doesn't mean you shouldn't buy the car. Come on. Yeah, there you go. That's it for today. Hey, my fellow drivers, for 2025, as we're coming to an end of this year, we're into September now. You're going to get a lot of advice from people like me who think, hey, this is a good way to do things. You already know how to be a good driver because you're unique. You have unique needs. You drive a certain way. You drive in a city that's different than mine. You drive in a neighborhood that's different than mine. You drive a different car. You drive at different times. You're going to get different passengers. The apps, quite frankly, have different functions for different drivers. I always see like other cities, the way their apps are set up. I'm like, wow, I would like that on my Uber app, and I don't get that. I think like Texas or Dallas, I had a guy that showed me he can like only accept passenger ratings above a certain rating. How cool is that? I don't have that functionality. So we're all unique and different. Doesn't mean we shouldn't listen to other drivers and their advice, but we should understand that what they're doing may not necessarily work for us. We have to just listen to it and weigh it. And just because their way of doing it doesn't match up with yours doesn't mean you're wrong and they're right, or vice versa. So drive your way. Drive your way in 2025. I want you to know that I want you to be safe, healthy, and happy. I want you to earn a lot of money as much as you can. And yeah, I'm cheering for you. Be well. Bye.